Hello and welcome to tutorial number 5 for PMS, the Publishing Management System. So in the previous ones we've done master at ownership, we've done, accessing the database was the first one, then master at ownership, then we went through entering a sale, then we've looked at a tax invoice for a commissioned sales rep, and now we're going to look at reports. So this is the reports from a sales representative's point of view. Obviously admin, pre-press, you all have different reports and I'll probably make tutorials based on those soon, but we're mainly focusing on the sales representatives at this time. So this is what they'll see. So to get into your reports, obviously you click the reports button. There's not a lot there, so this should be a very quick tutorial. First one, possibly the most important one, is premium position report. Again, I'm talking quite generically here because different publishing houses have different rules, different things, but the whole model or ideology behind this report is that inside a print publication, you do have some places, some pieces of real estate in there that are limited to only one, maybe two, possibly three. Things such as inside front cover, outside back, opposite contents page, those sort of positions where once they're sold, they can't be resold. And the whole reason this was born, this functionality was born, was because whilst the system was great, it did not allow for that, and there was a potential for one salesperson to sell an outside back cover on one edition and a counterpart, another salesperson, to sell exactly that same position on the same publication. And even busy sales reps may sell the same position twice because they forgot they'd already sold it possibly. So we had to put some sort of system in place to limit that. So I won't bore you with the coding and the details and the technicals. Needless to say, there is a limit on how much you can sell these positions. Now when you're putting your sale through, and I might just very quickly show you this because that is important. I'll just quickly call it up. We'll go there, create sale, quite an important point, so I will just illustrate this. Retiree, let's do that one, call up. Okay, so if you sell the outside back cover in the retiree, it is a full page ad, but do not put it down as a full page ad, okay, because that sort of gets lost in the translation. When you're searching, and I went that really fast, but in spaces, when you're searching for your positions, the prime positions, special positions, whatever you call them, are listed individually inside the page sizes. So you've just sold the outside back cover. If I type out, bang, there you go. Click on that and you would sell. Now, if someone had already sold the outside back cover in retiree, that would not be showing up. Okay, it would not show. It's designed to remove the system. All right, we don't want two sales for that position, obviously. Another key point is it's not based on when the client confirms the sale. It is based on when the salesperson hits that save button. We don't want two sales sitting out there for the outside back cover, and that's why we did that. So it's not a case of whoever's client clicks first, it's whoever gets the nod from the client and puts it in the system first. Don't worry about your counterparts possibly reserving them by hitting save and waiting for them. Admin has reports, admin and management have reports to keep an eye on unconfirmed sales, and if it's a premium position, we push pretty hard for you to hurry up and get that sale in. It's, you know, it's limited real estate basically. So that's a very important point. When you're putting a prime position in, and I'll do inside front cover, they are listed separately to the other page sizes. So even though they may be a double page or they may be a full page, you put them in under the name of their special positions. Okay, and once you hit the save button, it will reserve it. It saves it for you. Okay, and then you just got to make sure you get it in from the client. I'll cancel that. Okay, so where were we? We were back at reports. I'd gone reports, and we were looking at the premium position report. And that's what we're just talking about. what you do is you click there, choose your publication. We'll choose retiree in this instance, print to screen. Wow, there's a lot. Okay, it's probably a little bit too much here, that probably be trimmed down, but this is just how it was designed. Okay, so this will show you all of the positions that are available. It gives you a count of the size, so 1 equals full page, 2 would be 2 pages, and in this company's instance there's free editorial or advertorial to go with it of this size, and they're available. Yes. Now if one's becomes unavailable, it actually just disappears off this report, so you'll actually never see a no there. It just disappears. Okay, so it's a little bit of a unnecessary field, but to avoid confusion we just put yes there so you know it's free. So I was going to sell the outside back cover. It's available, and that's why it was showing up. Okay, so if I had sold that, if I'd have hit that save button, that would have disappeared from the report, and that lets you and your colleagues know that that position is currently not available. There's inside back, inside front and page 1, if there's inserts, all kinds of things. Okay, so that's quite an important report for you to check every day or every hour. Now the other thing you can do is you can leave that open, and you can close all these other ones, go back to your home page, go about your business, do sales, whatever, and keep working. That is sitting there. Now it doesn't automatically update, but if you want an update, you just hit F5 on your computer, and that will send the request to the database to refresh the data. It's just rechecked, and it will give you an updated list. Okay, so not a bad idea to just refresh it. You don't have to leave it open, you can just go check it at your leisure. It does stop you from making the error of selling something that's already sold, but it can be a little bit embarrassing if you've gone to the effort of pitching someone the inside front, and then you get them to say yes, and then you hop in the system only to find out that it was sold on you yesterday. So it is important to keep an eye on this report. It's probably the most important report we've got. Back to reports. Copy to come. Okay, copy to come is a very simple report. It's actually, well, again, very important. So we replicated it right there. If you click there, it's a shortcut to that report, and you can see they're identical. All right. It's still listed in reports though, because it is one, but that has actually got its own button. I believe we listed it there because you can email it to yourself. That's right, as a PDF. So that's the reason why it's still listed in reports. Sales rep ownership. This will give you a listing of all the clients you currently own and in what division and when they expire. Okay, so just a bit of a, I guess, a visual to see how things are going. I believe it sorts by expiry as well. So you get a bit of an idea of, which ones are about to fall off your ownership first. And ownership, weekly sales. Unfortunately, Ned Kelly's only been with us for a week, so it's not going to look fantastic. But if we went back to there, again, print to screen, email, print as a PDF, which actually calls it up in a new tab as a PDF, or email yourself the PDF. We'll just print to screen. Okay. Oh, thought we had a bug there. That's right, it flicked over to next week. So if I rerun that report, we'll see Ned's 2 sales. 3 sales. Oh, that's right. Sorry, I've put an extra one in. Okay, 6710. So it will give you your sales figures each week by week, and obviously the first week is listed as week 1. So it's not by calendar or financial year. That's just whatever the first week you chose, that's what it will select. Okay. What have we got next? Your invoices. Okay. go out to here. All right, that's the only one there. However, if there was multiple ones, and it's a bit blank because it's just a rough input, there's not full data there. However, if you chose your financial year, which obviously you may do, you can choose to print these at the end of the financial year to give to your accountant, so you can do a full 12 months, print to screen, and I'm not even sure how they quite did it, but it's quite brilliant. It is perfectly aligned to print one page for each invoice at a time, unless obviously an invoice runs onto 2 pages and it will print 2 pages, then it will reset itself. So even though that doesn't look fantastic, you can just print that straight from there, and that's a copy of all your invoices, all your details. Yeah, alignment's a little bit out with this one, but the live versions are a lot better, telling you how much you have earned. So that's really it for our reports there. There are a couple of other tabs which are technically reports, so I'll quickly go through them. Weekly sales. Oh, that's right. We've rolled into a new week now, so it's zeroed us out. Weekly sales. This will give you and your colleagues and show you the sales reports. Now, we haven't named and shamed, so it's an unnamed thing, but based on this test site, which randomly generates stuff to sort of artificially show you figures and intimidate a company. Someone sold $9,000 worth, another person sold 5, another person sold 3, 4, 2, 7, 2, 6, and so forth. The only one that's recognizable is yourself. Yours will be a yellow bar. And unfortunately the week's rolled over now, so those sales that I put in earlier in my other tutorials have wiped out. So far, me as Ned Kelly, I've sold 0 for the week, and that's probably mine there. So it's designed for a little bit of friendly competition, and obviously you guys will be chatting, you probably know exactly who's who, but if you're in a big company, it just, lets you know where you are and how everyone else is progressing. Exactly the same with the weekly averages, and this is based on however your company works it. So it could be based on financial year or calendar year or whatever. That's a setting inside the system based on how your company calculates a year, and that's the averages for all of the salespeople. And you're not on there at the moment because you've just started this week. So the Ned Kelly's only just started this week. It hasn't even clocked over to record him, but that's what would be there. So yours would be in yellow, gives you a bit of an idea of where you're positioned against your colleagues. Maintenance. There would not be anything in here for this system. Some clients have maintenance, some areas that you need to maintain. One really good one is your contact details, phone numbers, next to kin, or your emergency contacts may possibly be stored in here. In this example, we actually had the publication recipe was a colourful term for basically KPIing the production of a publication. And you could click there and you could see where all the publications were at, and you could see who had done what to build those magazines in the whole process from opening sales to sending it out to the clients. And you also got to see what your obligations were with each of those magazines, so you could see whether you'd met all your requirements. Obviously, that again depends on the company. So this maintenance section is really defined by how your organization works. And if need be, I could do a tutorial on that, but realistically it's usually very simple stuff, and it's usually just stuff that you can update records with. So yeah, mainly contact details, could be some sort of KPI based information in there. Anything else that your company requires. So that's about it, and that's about it for the tutorials for now from a sales rep's perspective. The only other button that we haven't gone through yet is the documents button, and the reason I haven't really bothered too much is because it's a little bit out of date these days. This system's been going for almost 10 years now, and the whole concept behind this one was it was a excellent repository for companies to put their administration forms and documents, possibly procedures and policies. For example, annual leave forms, travel forms, production timetables, policies, IT policies I can see there. And it was a nice, easy way for you just to click on the link and it drew up whatever you needed. Things such as Dropbox, SugarSync, and all the other cloud-based solutions have now kind of superseded the way that that was built. However, technology's done another flip again, and if anyone's looking at this and interested in purchasing or utilizing this publishing management system or any database system for any industry within the new Builder framework, this can now be tied into any of those cloud-based storage solutions, and you can actually manage all of that from yourself from a back end, and that could be, for example, that maintenance tab. So you can just put the link to something that's stored online there, and then your staff or your colleagues can easily find it just at a click of a button and with a highly configurable search. So I won't go into detail with it because yeah, it's kind of been obsolete now, but again, technology's done another flip, and this could be wonderfully handy for indexing your key documents inside a third-party cloud-based solution these days, and you could manage it all from yourself internally. So that's it. Once again, any questions, queries, speak to your sales manager or myself directly. Thank you.